Let's take a look at writing introductions and conclusions. First, your introduction and conclusion should include the subject of the essay, which means you have to tell me what the prompt of your writing is. You should also include the source of information in your essay. Tell me the names of the articles and videos that you used in your essay. Also, make sure to tell the reader the claim very clearly at the start of your essay. That way the reader knows what side you're on. You also want to tell me the support of your essay. This means tell me your big 3 reasons. In an argumentative essay, this might be tell me the 2 reasons for and 1 reason against your claim and counterclaim. Lastly, you want to include a 1-sentence conclusion that tells the reader your claim and the prompt at the end of the paragraph. In the first paragraph, we call this your thesis statement, and in the conclusion, we call this the clincher. This reminds the reader what side you're on. So here's an example of an introduction. Do you think that people should live on Mars? After reading the Junior Scholastic article, Would You Go to Mars? I believe that people should not go to Mars for many reasons. Going to Mars can be very dangerous, maybe even the most dangerous thing we can do. First, it is freezing cold on Mars, so why would you want to go to a planet that is negative 81 degrees? There are also terrible Martian germs that can make us very sick. However, a trip from Mars can help scientists create new technology that can be used to help people on Earth. Overall, we should not go to Mars because we have plenty of other priorities on Earth. Notice how it answers all 5 components we previously spoke about. First, tells the subject of the essay within the first sentence. Reading that sentence, we know what the rest of the writing will be about. Then, within that sentence, it tells us the source. The article is Would You Go to Mars? From Junior Scholastic. That way, people know that you're using a credible source. Next, that first sentence also tells us the claim that the author has. They're telling us, going to Mars will be very dangerous, maybe even the most dangerous thing we can do. That makes it clear to the reader what side you stand on. Then, they're telling us the 3 reasons. It's freezing cold, there's Martian germs, although scientists can help create new technology that could be useful. Finally, the thesis statement reminds the reader that we don't want to go to Mars, and it makes it very clear what the rest of the writing will be about. On the other hand, the conclusion also follows the same format. Notice it says, Therefore, I believe a trip to Mars would be too dangerous to justify any benefits we experience. First, in the article, Would You Go to Mars? The terrible cold will become an incredible challenge for us to overcome. Next, the Martian germs could kill human life before we get a chance to even call the new planet our home. On the other hand, the technology we gain from these adventures would help us here on Earth in many ways. In conclusion, we have too many responsibilities to take care of here on Earth to take over a new planet. Notice it's not doing anything new. It's simply restating everything and making it very clear to the reader. The only difference is, instead of a thesis statement at the end, it's a clincher. You already said your reasons, so you're summing it up in conclusion. So, as we said, we want to make sure we take care of these 5 components. We need to know the subject, the source, the claim, the support, and have our conclusion, whether that's our thesis statement or the clincher. That way, our introduction and conclusion reminds the reader what we're about to write about and helps us stay very clear for the rest of our essay.